Good morning, everybody. This is Koya coming in with another video. It will be short. As you can see, and as many of you may already know, I am in the hospital. I had an appointment yesterday with the cardiologist and was sent directly to the hospital across the street for a heart catheterization. So, just been having some issues with my heart where it's been beating so fast, and my blood pressure has been up and they're not sure why. I am diabetic, but they wanted to make sure there were no major blockages or anything, and I'm just thanking God and all of you all for your many prayers while I went through this procedure. It went well, and right now I just have just a little thing on my arm. It's a pressure type cuff, and they suck out the pressure every so often just to make sure that it clots well and it doesn't bleed or anything. And then I have an echocardiogram. But what I wanted to kind of talk to everyone about today is just your faith. Having that faith that could move mountains, having that faith that's unshakable, having that peace in your heart that is undescribable. I just want to talk about that this morning because from the posts that I've seen, I'm not the only one that's dealing with issues, of course. I'm not the only one that's dealing with health issues, not the only one dealing with financial issues. I think right now, a lot of us are finding that we are coming up, on a lot of battles, kind of back to back for some of us, to where we get a little weak sometimes and feels like our armor is getting a little dinged. But I just want to encourage us all to remember that through it all, God is always with us. He's always taking care of us, and He doesn't ever give us more than what we can bear. I always say God gives His strongest battles, His hardest battles to His strongest warriors. So for those of us that may be going through several storms at once, maybe feeling like we're dealing with the biggest storm we've ever dealt with in our lives, I want us to first think back on all the storms that we've come through, that God has always brought us through, and just remember that feeling that we felt once that sunshine shined. In the midst of the rain, yes, it was hard, the wind was blowing, but in the end, we still came out. And for a lot of us, we can honestly say we came out stronger. And secondly, just knowing that God is in control over everything. The devil has no power. He can only do what God allows him to do. And God allows us to go through things, not to hurt us, not to stumble, not to cause us to stumble. Like the Bible says, God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does He tempt any man. So He's not going to throw a stumbling block in our way to say, "Oop, I got you. Oops, let me see how strong your faith really is." No. He allows us to go through things so that we can be like gold. When it's tried by fire, it comes out so much stronger and so much brighter and shining just that much more. So let our light shine today. When we're going through these battles, that's the time when we should smile the most, because we know that's when God is with us the most. Like Paul said, or that, when I am weak, that's when I'm the strongest, because at that point you have to be strong enough to humble yourself and say, "God, I need you. I'm here. I know you're here. Help me." And I believe and trust that you are going to do that. So I'm going to end that here because I'm, of course, supposed to be resting and getting ready for another procedure very soon. Hopefully I will get to go home today if it's God's will. If not, preferably tomorrow. And if not, whatever God has for me, I know it'll be just fine. So I love you guys oh so much, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if no one has told you today, you are wonderfully and fearfully made. Have faith. God is with us.